It's week 1 of the NFL, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Sentinels and the Dreadnoughts, next on Madden Football.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Well, Brock, we saw week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right? It was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week 1, you're so hopeful of what lies ahead.
It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. A new season is officially underway. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And leading them out, their rookie QB with some big throws on the horizon, no doubt, in his NFL debut.
I know we all got to see him aired out in the preseason, but we've been waiting, just waiting for his regular season debut to see him take that cannon of an arm and launch one deep. That arm talent's a big part. Why they drafted him and are starting him right here in week 1.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back-to-back carries here. He breaks the tackle. Room up the sideline, now at the 40. And he's finally brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Back to the well again. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Dropping back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season, and they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Shakes himself free. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
That right there is one of the biggest differences between the NFL and college game. Heck, the high school and Pop Warner game. Because when you break away from a sack at those lower levels, big things happen. But at this level, this big boy league, just because you get out of one guy's arms doesn't mean you're safe anytime soon.
So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year signal caller.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of a league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
And he gets up for a gain of about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Has it downfield, working the left. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a 21-yard gain. And they'll have 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here's the lone back on the handoff.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, he puts a sack on the board.
And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking, he's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
On now is the punt team for the Dreadnoughts. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they've got a long field ahead of them to begin this drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Man in motion, headed right. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They get 13 on the pickup, and that'll give him a 1st down. Another carry for him. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. They give it to him again. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense.
Pressure's on him, and it gets home. He's dropped. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play. On
comes the Sentinels punter. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Short throw, tipped. Oh, but he still got it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. He's going to throw this one. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Pass play coming here. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They're throwing it. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. More coming up after this quick break. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. He's on the move.
What a great play by the defense. Play breaks down, but that defense stays disciplined. Nobody loses control, and they end up stopping him for a loss.
2nd and 15. Finds him over the middle. Oh, he loses the football. Scooped up by the defense. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Their offense ready to take the field now. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Gotta find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds his man over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Looking for a throw here. Looking right, and he finds him. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be their football. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 32. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Back to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they're going to take over possession. They go play action on first. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that gives them the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Throw left side, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. He's dropping back to throw. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A give now from the gun. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
The give here on 2nd. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out.
False start, offense.
A costly false start penalty as 3rd down becomes much more difficult to convert as they back it up 5. The penalty makes it 3rd and 8 here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a 21-yard gain. And they're going to have a 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. He'll throw it. He throws a bullet deep to the right. Big gain downfield. He has the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dreadnoughts take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes their offense out again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They send the tight end in motion left. On first down, they'll run. And he gains ground to the 33 before being stopped. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. He's got it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Option design here. Oh, what a stiff arm. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give him a first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Lone back gets the handoff. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now looking to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. After that play, we see some concern out there, and now we know why. That's our top pick in the draft who's shaken up. Boy, they had big expectations for him this season. Hopefully this turns out to be nothing. And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Now outruns their offense to take over. They're 1-for-1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. They'll come out throwing. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That one splits the uprights. And the Sentinels tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense getting set to go. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. The Dreadnoughts with a lot of work to do to get into scoring range. Here's 2nd and 11. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. Their punter making his way out now. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Fair catch signaled for and made at the 32-yard line. The Sentinels returning their offense and this running back to the field. They left a few on the table there last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal trying to miss the mark. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They go play action here. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. He'll look to throw. Oh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind this guy, and now it's 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Throwing from the gun. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it deep downfield. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Finds his man, Gray. And they bring him down around the 34. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks, rotate your personnel, throw in some wrinkles, and once again, go hit that quarterback.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA Sports Halftime Report. All yours, Coach. Take it away.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Right at that defense, and flying around and making the play.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Pass play now. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Sentinels will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially where one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hits his running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal. Putting a receiver in motion. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
And he got there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they have to come up with 7 yards now on third and goal. Looking to the air here. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Here in the third quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. The Dreadnoughts ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Catch is made down the right sideline. He does it. Touchdown. The Dreadnoughts need only one to take the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Dreadnoughts take a 4-point lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense getting all set for this series. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. First and 10, looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. And that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. The third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
They send a tight end in motion. Throwing now off play action. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it'll give them a first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Offense set for a first and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. Play action on first down. Brought in close to the 8. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that will set up first and goal. A tight end in motion now. They'll try and punch it in. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Sentinels take a third quarter lead. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Sentinels push their lead to 3. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Dreadnoughts headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They're out and set. First and 10. Shotgun snap. Looking to throw. Hauled in by Gray. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
from the 29. Finds his man over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try and throw it here. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw now. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Third and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Well, here's what I know, Kate, and sadly from personal experience, after this one's over, the QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer, or he's not going to endure this season.
So out now comes the punter. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Sentinels back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Option give here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Setting up the running back screen. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it. I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. The Dreadnoughts are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Pass play on 1st and 10. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now it's 2nd down. Here's a throw. Ooh, not much time to adjust, but he catches it still off the tip. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 48. Completes this one to Gray. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's able to get this down to the 36. They get 6 and a 1st down as well. Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. That one's complete, right side. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Setting up a throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Sentinels get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's just a field goal game right now as we get set for our final quarter. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Tight end motioning right. 2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Punting muted out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. The return begins on their side of midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Here he is to throw on 2nd down. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll throw on 1st. Complete out to the right side. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Dropping back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You know, one thing I've noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times quarterbacks have been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. All Set up now for 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. A type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. He's going to throw this one. The throw is caught. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Pass play coming here. And it's caught. Touchdown! The Dreadnoughts take a 4th quarter lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dreadnoughts take a 4-point lead. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense headed back to the field. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Handoff now from the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, it did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Throw on 3rd down. Brought in right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They motion the tight end over. To throw here on 1st down. He's got it over the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. 2nd and 1. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, you kind of expect this to happen a couple of times this season, right? They catch the rookie here for roughing the passer.
Yeah, that comes with experience, Kate. Rookie is so excited to make plays in his first season. You just get that tunnel vision on making the sack. And he doesn't realize the ball was already gone.
Dump off caught by his back. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Running it now out of the gun. And he drives this forward to the 6. 5 yards on the play. They can just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. He's back to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Looking to throw. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The 4th down stand.
Well, 99% of what they did was excellent. Right play call, good route, great throw. Just needed to make that catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert every time.
This offense making its way back out now. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They're throwing it. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And it's barely anything on that run, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. And this time they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Setting up to pass. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
They take a knee and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Dreadnoughts as we bid you farewell from San Antonio.